So today we are going to be starting our next big project, and we are very excited to announce that we are going to be building another shipping container home.
With this one, we're just going to keep it real simple. It's just going to be one container and it's going to be movable. So that's why it's kind of placed in our yard, is we're going to build it out here since we get power and water. But once we build it out, then we'll move it to its final destination.
Yeah, and the intention for this will eventually be for it to become like a little guest cabin. And yeah, I am so happy to start something new, and just, I know it's kind of the same, but it's still totally different.
It's the same but different.
And it's gonna take so much less time to do. Like, I'm pumped.
You like...
Yeah, my muscles are just huge. So to start this project, what Spencer's going to do is start building some of the metal frames for the windows, because we want to have that done before we start doing the window cutouts. Because what it will be is a metal frame, then the wooden frame, and then the window within that. So yeah, I mean, it feels really good to kind of actually know the process this time. I really think that this is going to go much more quickly, not only because it's just a smaller build, but this isn't our first rodeo, you know what I mean? So I cannot express how happy I am, and it feels really good to get something going again. Because this time in between of like finishing our home and starting a new project, just life is better when you're doing stuff, when you're building stuff, making progress. I'm really excited. And you get to be a part of the whole process this time. Are you gonna build a house? Build house. This is gonna be a cool window. It looks way bigger than I thought it was going to.
That's what she said. Yeah, but I mean,
once the wood is in there.
Yeah, you got the wood, and then you got the frame of the window itself. And
over the past couple of weeks, we've been working on trying to come up with the floor plan for the cabin. Being that we both have our own individual ideas for what we'd like to create, it can be an interesting process trying to combine them into something we're both happy with. This process consisted of numerous drawings, a whole lot of brainstorming, and a bunch of horrible ideas. But that, in the end, is what led us to a good one.
let's see this brilliant design you have.
Yeah, so we're in the process right now of trying to come up with the floor plan for the cabin, and let me tell you, I got it all right here. I have a genius plan, and I'm about to put it on paper.
Yeah, let's see it, genius.
We're just drawing out all of our ideas on paper before we start coming up with like a more concrete plan.
Yeah, what we like and both want and want to see.
Yeah, just all our ideas. Brainstorming. But I'm just letting you know my ideas better. You ready? I figured everything out.
Yeah.
Welcome to the cabin.
The only problem is You're not accounting for any wall thicknesses?
There will be no walls. Okay. Yeah, I know. I did kind of account for that. Some. Like, I kind of oversized all the areas with the intention of all of them being smaller. Like, this is obviously a very rough thing. I know it's not great, but it's a start. What'd you come up with? So he's working on the 4th frame right now. It's actually the one for the front door. It's okay. And I feel like it's going pretty quickly. I think there's only like 10 frames that he has to make. So he's moving right along. But I did want to say that once he is done grinding and doing all this loud stuff over here, we will walk through and give you guys kind of a little tour of the tiny container home that we're building. Because design-wise, you know, it's a lot to try to fit in a very small amount of square feet. It's forcing us to be creative, and it's different from what we've done before. Spencer, will you tell them what you think I look like today?
The weatherman?
Why do I look like a weatherman?
Just the jacket.
So a windbreaker makes me a weatherman?
Yeah, and the hat, I guess, kind of goes with it.
Spencer thinks I look weird in every hat.
No?
Especially beanies. Apparently I look like a burglar. Not everybody can just look like a Abercrombie Fitch model in beanies.
That's Cam, not me.
But seriously, like, just because I know the chance of rain and the humidity in the air doesn't mean I'm a weatherman.
And then it feels we're running on a satellite, running out of time to say the way I feel like I could lose my mind, but we all seem satisfied.
Oh, I see a fish right there. Look.
Yay!
Good throw.
Whoa, you okay?
Okay, so it got a little too dark last night, so we're going to just go ahead and show you guys what we're thinking about for this floor plan of this cabin build. I mean, granted, things are subject to change, but we're pretty sure we've nailed it down. And one thing that we kind of want to make sure of is any mistakes or things that we wish we would have done differently in the house, do differently here in this cabin. So starting out at the container doors, we're going to do similar to how we did the container doors on the house, just a bigger space. Granted, that's going to remove some of the interior space, but in this area, what we're thinking is putting all our water filtration, a little washer dryer, and that way it keeps it out of the kitchen and it's just in its own space. Put it up against that utility room is going to be this small kind of guest bedroom-ish thing is what we're thinking.
A little bunk area.
Yeah, a little bunk area where if friends or family have kids or just multiple adults, they can sleep in here. So we'll have a bunk bed and a couple windows. And then moving on, there will be a little narrow hallway right here with a bathroom to your left. It's going to be a long, skinny bathroom. So coming out of the hallway, which should end somewhere right here, the front door will be right here. It'll open up. There will be a wood stove pretty much as soon as you come in. Should be one of the first things you see. Off to the right will be the kitchen, a little fold-up dining table.
Right under the window.
Yeah, there will be a real big window right here. Back there will be the master bedroom with lots of windows. But before you get to the master will be a small pantry, just a 12 by 16, I believe the dimensions are. And that's just one thing we wish we would have had in our house, so we made sure we're going to have one here. So you come in, the bed, we wanted to originally lay it out this way, but in order to accommodate the most amount of space, we have to lay it sideways. So it's pretty much going to take up most of the space in here, but we'll still have under bed storage, and with turning the bed sideways will allow us to have a small closet, which will be on the other side of the pantry. But with that small closet, currently what we're thinking is just putting all the solar there, keeping it away from all of the water utility things in the utility closet. Things are subject to change, we never know, but that's what we're thinking for any of the solar, because this whole cabin, we haven't decided where we're going to put it yet, but it's going to be its own, it's going to have its own power, water.
Totally off grid.
Yeah, totally off grid. So any of our guests can get the off grid experience.
That thing really shoots the sparks far.
Does it?
Yeah. It seems a bit ridiculous for cutting the tube steel.
Yeah. I think it might be good for just doing the straight lines when I do the cutouts in the container.
So your plan is to do the cutouts in the container with the grinder again?
Yeah.
Okay, well, I have a question then, because I'm sure other people are curious. Why that versus a plasma cutter?
Because I don't have a plasma cutter, and it's a huge investment. Also, it takes a lot of electricity. And also,
Can you be
it's
more
like-
accurate with a grinder?
Yeah. Because the disc is going to help keep it more straight versus a plasma cutter. You totally have to do it freehand.
Right.
They tend to be a little bit more jagged.
Okay. Just curious. Yeah, as far as the grinders go, how many do you think you went through on our house? Like 2 or 3?
Something like that.
Well, still, I feel like that's pretty good for all that work that you did. How heavy is it? Don't even try to. No, I'm being serious.
I don't know, probably 5 or 6 pounds. What's so funny? Maybe a little bit less, but probably about 5 pounds.
It's gotta be a workout controlling that thing. I'm really talking about the grinder, it just sounds so funny.
Flying the night.
You wanna wrestle?
Come on, wrestle. It wrestles like dancing.
You want to dance?
Let's dance. Oh my god! I don't think the leaves are going to be lasting much longer. Are you ready for the cooler temperatures?
Yeah, as long as it stays like this.
I think it might get a little bit colder. Let's just hope that we don't have another polar vortex. You thought the last one was bad. How's it going today?
It's going.
What Spencer's gonna start doing today is working on cutting out the windows. And he's starting with a really little one over here. How big is it, roughly?
8 inches.
Spencer! Get down.
I can't go any
Go
lower.
lower! 1, 2. Yeah! Okay, get closer. Okay, now just like get lower.
So squat. This is very uncomfortable. I wonder if my face is red.
What do you mean?
I'm squatting holding you. My hamstrings are on fire.
Hold on, I got it just fixed my hair. Okay, look like you're not in pain. Smile, not in pain.
Hide the pain.